Hey gorgeous souls, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my videos today. So today's video is 11 signs that your manifestation is coming. I am so excited to share this video with you because obviously having gone along my manifestation journey over the last 8+ years now, I've done kind of similar videos like this in the past, but I wanted to update it for 2024 and break down really what you will be experiencing, help you identify, are you in that space right now? And even some tips of how you can get into that space as well. So if you're new here to my channel, then welcome. My name is Emma. I'm an award-winning life coach, 3-time best-selling manifestation author, law of attraction YouTuber here on my channel, and I'm the host of the #1 spirituality podcast on iTunes, Spiritual Queen's Badass Podcast. And here on my channel, I cover all things law of attraction, manifestation, spirituality, and self-help. So not only do I really hope you're going to enjoy this video, but the abundance of videos here on my channel over the last 10 years. So let's get straight into it then. Here are my 11 signs that your manifestation is coming and what you can look out for. I would use this as kind of like a good guide, a good gauge of whether you are in that step of receiving, or maybe you're, maybe in the letting go and surrendering stage, step 4 of my 5-step manifesting process. And those 5 steps are here on my channel under a playlist as well, if you are new to them. But number 1 is your intuition. Now, I always find right before my manifestations happen, my intuition tends to pick up on it. Very famously, I've said before that a day before my manifestations happen, I have a little inkling and I'm like, ooh, like I just get a sense of, oh my God, like imagine if that happens. And it's kind of more like a loose intuition. It's not like that is happening tomorrow. It's more of like a, oh my God, wouldn't it be funny if that happens tomorrow? It feels very fun. It feels very light. But I do tend to get a hint a lot of the time right before something is about to happen. But it feels very fleeting. I don't hold on to it. There's no control. There's no resistance. There's no obsessing about it. It feels very light and flowy and exciting and almost like a butterfly in your stomach kind of feeling. So definitely your intuition will be picking up on things. And you may even have that inkling yourself of something is about to happen. Second sign is that people around you will be manifesting your desire. Now, a lot of the time, and I've experienced this myself over the years, and I know basically all of us do, when you see someone or a lot of people manifesting your desire, it can feel disheartening sometimes because you think, well, when's my turn? When's it going to happen for me? Like, you can maybe slip into feelings of comparison, or maybe even jealousy sometimes. Like, everybody is human and it's normal to feel those emotions. But essentially, you will be seeing your desire manifest for other people right before it manifests for you. So don't see that happening as, oh my God, it feels so far away. Because by the law of oneness, what is possible for one is possible for all. And the very fact that you are seeing so many people around you manifest that very thing is because you are a vibrational match to it. If you were not a vibrational match to your desire and to that very thing, you wouldn't be seeing it, period. You just wouldn't. So when people around you start manifesting your desire, or maybe you feel a bit deflated because everybody's manifesting it but you, don't get disheartened. It means you are a vibrational match, you are close to it, and you are in the energy of experiencing that, whatever it is. So it means that if people around you and you're seeing it constantly, it's on its way to you. It's very close. Number 3 is that it will happen in a way that will surprise you. I was discussing this very recently of how none of my manifestations, like the real big life-changing stuff that I've manifested over the years, has never happened how I have pictured it or how I visualized it. It's happened in obviously way better and aligned ways. But obviously as a Virgo, it can be very hard sometimes to not fixate on, a certain way if you've been visualizing it for a while, or had your heart set on something very specific. It can be very hard to just detach or, not see it in exactly the way that you have seen it for so long. So to give you an example of this, when we manifested this house last year that we bought our first home together, I would not have said in a million years, this is the house that we would have bought. It ticked every box. It had everything we wanted and more. But before we started viewing houses, if you'd have said, draw me the house that you're going to manifest, Emma, or show me a picture of it, I I wouldn't have picked a blue house. And I also wouldn't have picked a house like this, but it blew every expectation out of the window in the most wonderful way. And also when we came to view this house, I didn't know straight away, like, this is our house, this is our manifestation. It actually took a while. And then driving away after, I think, the first or second viewing, it hit me of like, this is the house. So it actually didn't happen in the way that I expected or in the time frame that I expected. I thought it would take us a lot longer to find a place, but it aligned in the most perfect way. So the message here is to be flexible, is to be open to all possibilities and being open to it being even better than you can conceive. And even when manifesting my partner, and we are engaged now, I would not have, said that it would have happened in that way or in that time frame or how it happened. Like, there is just no way that we can predict that. So it's important to remember that your manifestation is probably going to happen in a way that you didn't expect. So let go. And if you're kind of in that space of receiving and that's coming into fruition for you, maybe you are feeling like, I'm not sure if this is my desire because I saw it a different way. But if it feels easy and it feels aligned and it's flowing, trust that. Trust it. Number 4 is that you will be seeing signs and synchronicities, whether that's angel numbers, repeating numbers like 1111, 222, 444, whatever. You will be seeing signs and synchronicities. You might be seeing it multiple times a day. People around you might be saying specific things that are your sign or synchronicity. Maybe an animal or a feather is your symbol, for example, or maybe you've asked for a sign to show that it's on its way or whatever. But you will be seeing signs and synchronicities even without you asking. So if you're in the flow of abundance and that is coming to you, you're going to get those little messages from the universe that your desire is on the way. So don't go looking for them. Don't go setting them necessarily unless you want to. But if you are seeing signs and synchronicities without even asking, then there's a very high chance your manifestation is very close. Number 5 is alignment. Something that I talk about hugely here in my work and on my channel. So everything will be flowing. Now, that's not to say there won't be challenges or resistance or blocks along the manifestation journey. Of course, we're human, that happens, but that happens a lot earlier on in the process. So things will be flowing in that area. Things will feel flowing, they'll feel good, and it will just feel aligned. And any rejections or any no's or anything that's happened in the past will make sense. So if you are feeling in the flow of life, you're tapping into flow state and you're experiencing alignment within yourself and with your desire or with different areas of your life, then that is a sure sign that abundance is coming to you. So if you feel in alignment with that area of your life or with that desire, that's a very sure sign it's very, very close. Number 6, as I mentioned in my previous point, is that you may have received no's or rejections or divine redirections. So this is not the case with every manifestation, but I definitely know from my biggest manifestations that I've manifested over the last 8+ years that there have often been no's, there have been doors closed, there have been divine redirections and rejections. And obviously at the time, that feels rubbish. That does not feel good and it can feel disheartening and, make you feel like your desire is ages away. But just remember that every no is getting you closer to that one aligned yes. You only need one yes. And with every no and every door closed, it's just getting you closer to that aligned yes. So if you have had some challenges along the way, some rejections, some no's, doors closed, and you're feeling frustrated, get excited because your desire is right around the corner. The universe is simply just closing those doors that are not in alignment to lead you straight up to the door that is your door. That is alignment for you. And I know that may seem counterintuitive because at the time it feels deflating, it feels frustrating. I hear you, I see you. But now I see no's as exciting opportunities. I'm like, okay, great, I'm closer. Every no is getting me closer. So I must be really close now because I'm feeling good and trusting that no, that whatever it was, is not meant for me. And actually what is meant for me is now able to come through because that is now out of the way. That's not distracting me. That's not in my energy field. So I have that clear energy now to welcome in that aligned yes. Number 7, very on the same theme as well, is endings and new beginnings. So very often when we manifest, there can be an ending in our life before. Now, that's not to say that, something bad's going to happen every time you manifest. Absolutely not. An ending could simply be a closing of a chapter or a season in your life. It could be moving away. It could be moving to a new location, which is obviously happy because there's a new beginning of the new house in a new place, right? There could also be things like releasing emotions from the past or releasing something from the past. It doesn't have to be big losses or anything like that. Very often it's really subtle stuff. But you'll notice maybe there's been some endings or closures in your life that is literally clearing out the old stagnant energy to create the space for new abundant energy to flow into your life. So you might be noticing maybe there's some endings or closures happening in your life, and you're also feeling that new beginning energy start to creep through. Now, again, as humans, we are wired to attach to things, and obviously it's not fun when we do have to say goodbye to seasons or chapters in our life. But trust in those new beginnings, because that new beginning energy is the catalyst for your desires to come into your life. And we are cyclical beings. We go through seasons and cycles continuously. So you will notice these throughout your journey for the rest of your life, these cycles of endings and new beginnings, and they will look so different every single time. So it could be something really small. Sometimes it could be a big closure in your life. It doesn't have to be a big closure to have a big manifestation either. Every single person is different. But if you are seeing those endings or you've experienced an ending in your life, then that new wave of energy and that new beginning is certain to come through very, very soon. Number 8 is that you're in the present moment. And also focused on other things. Very, very often when my manifestations come in, I always say your manifestation will happen when you need it the least. Repeat that again. Your manifestation will happen when you need it the least. I cannot stress this point to you enough. I have manifested the most incredible things this year, last year, throughout my 8 years. But the most powerful manifestations that have come through for me, I've been totally relaxed, totally at ease. I've been focusing on other things, putting my energy into other areas and putting my focus there. Sometimes it's a positive distraction, but other times naturally, it just feels right to do that. So if you're constantly facing your desire, stressing about it, worrying about it, what you put out into the universe is being attracted back to you. So are you putting out lack? Are you putting out desperation? Are you putting out fear? When we are naturally and authentically, positively putting our energy towards something else, we aren't putting really much energy into that desire because we trust. We're like, yeah, that's sorted. That is on its way. I've gone through the 4 steps. I'm in that 5th step of receiving. So actually, yeah, I don't need to obsess about this. I can focus on cultivating something else in another area of my life, or just, focusing on the happiness in those other areas of my life. And that brings you joy as well. So in this sign, it's very much knowing that it is already yours. There is a deep knowing that it is already yours. It's not really like a fear of, I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm just going to focus my energy elsewhere in blind faith. It's not like that at all. There is a deep surrendered knowing of it's all taken care of. Like, I don't need to put my energy into that. I know it's already mine. And I actually just feel naturally drawn to putting my energy elsewhere now. Number 9 is that you are already living in that reality. So what do I mean by this? Well, the physical manifestation may not be in your physical realm or world just yet. But what I mean by that is that you've embodied the identities and the behaviors and the energy of the version of yourself who has your desire. So for instance, if you've been doing that alignment work and you've been really focusing on becoming that version of yourself, you really are that version of yourself and you're feeling in alignment and flow with that. You might have noticed that along your manifestation journey, particularly with the one manifestation that you're wanting, you may see the growth in yourself, the up-leveling, the shifts, and maybe the new identities and new energy, a new version of yourself that you have become as a result of going along this manifestation process. Maybe that's looked like for you releasing limiting beliefs and fears. Maybe that's taking aligned action, which has spurred you on to become this version of yourself. So you will notice that you are that embodiment of that version of yourself already, and you're kind of feeling that momentum, you're seeing the positive shifts, and you are in that space to receive. So if you know you are that version of yourself who has your desire and you're feeling that alignment and you're seeing the shifts and action and commitment that you've made to this, then high chances are your desire is right around the corner. Because remember, you don't manifest what you want, you manifest who you are, what you are. So ultimately, if you are that aligned version of yourself, there is no reason in this universe why your desire wouldn't manifest, because you are going to be that vibrational match to it. Number 10 is that you are going to be feeling momentum. I get this all of the time right before my manifestations appear or manifest. I feel this positive momentum in my life, a very uplifting kind of divine masculine kind of energetic energy where I just feel the momentum. I feel the shifts coming. I feel the momentum. That's very often when I get that hit of intuitive guidance, as well as I said in sign 1. So yeah, you're going to be feeling that momentum. You're going to be seeing other abundance manifesting in your life, and you're going to be feeling that sense of excitement and that momentum building. It's like a building motion of you feel it building and it's exciting. Sometimes it can feel bigger, sometimes it can feel quite a subtle momentum depending on what you're manifesting and how it comes through for you, but you definitely will be feeling a momentum. You'll be feeling a build up towards something, and it will feel exciting. It will feel like, I don't know what's kind of building up energy wise, but something's going on here and this is really exciting. So you may be able to feel that momentum and identify it towards a desire, but very often I don't. I just feel a momentum and I feel like, okay, something exciting is about to happen and this feels really good. And finally, sign 11 is that you are in the vortex of flow and joy. So you are going to be seeing abundance flowing to you, in all areas of your life, not just the desire that you want. You're going to be seeing abundance and manifestations just flowing, just happening. Even if you're not asking for them, you're going to be seeing like little bits of money coming in or big bits of money coming in. Someone offering to buy you a free coffee or something. You're just going to see these flows of abundance. A really great example of this is right before we got engaged last week. Obviously I didn't know we were getting engaged. I knew it was happening in Rome, but not when, why, or where, or how. And we got an amazing upgrade to our hotel. We hadn't said anything. I said to my partner, like, did you say anything? And he was like, no, I didn't say anything. Like, this is a complete manifestation that we have just randomly been given a huge suite upgrade to a King Junior suite, which was not what we booked. I think I booked the classic room in that hotel, gorgeous hotel. And that was an example of being in flow and that momentum and in that vortex of I was manifesting other things on that trip and other things around me. Even right before that manifestation of being engaged. So you will notice just little things like fall into place and little bits of abundance happen, and you're going to feel in that vortex of joy, of abundance, and just great things flowing to you. So if you're seeing that in your life, then something is about to happen for sure. So those are my 11 signs your manifestation is coming. But I would love to know what your signs are. Is there anything that happens for you that isn't on my list? I would love to know what happens for you right before your manifestations come, because I'm sure anybody watching this would love to hear what manifests for you as well, what your signs are. But I really hope this video has helped you and that you can feel reassured and ground into the knowing that it is already yours. It's already on its way. You have to be nobody but yourself to receive it. So save this video for later if you want to come back to it and remind yourself of these 11 signs. And even if you feel like you're not in that place to receive it just yet, then go check out my 5 steps to the manifesting process to check in with where you are and give you some pointers of maybe where you can shift into that next step. But thank you so much, gorgeous souls, for watching. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because we'd love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I reply to them all. And don't forget, you can also join my free Law of Attraction support group over on Facebook, where you can join myself and other like-minded souls, where we talk all things Law of Attraction and spirituality. I hope you have an amazing week, whatever you're up to, and I'll see you all in my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love.